Yeah. Hey, 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 welcome everybody to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself. I'm Charlie Perry, and it's Coach M100, Marvin Speller, the author of Unpacking Grief, Shattered to Onward. Onward. Yeah, Shattered to Onward. You know how many times I make that mistake? It's just, I want to reverse the.
I thought about that when I came up with the name. I was like, okay, I don't want to make it too complicated, but
But it,
I had a whole plethora of names.
it makes sense, though, if you pay attention, right?
Mhm.
And you read the title, it makes sense.
Right.
So So to define the book in its best way is exactly how you titled it. So I just think that no, that's a good thing. And everyone on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. This is our show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. And we are here to talk about grief, love, love and grief, whatever it may come, whatever's on your mind, please come into the comment section. You got a question for the coach, got a question for me, please add it to the comment section. Interaction is very, very important, and you'll never know the answer unless you ask the question.
It's true. That
Yeah.
that is a million times true, my brother.
Hmm.
Um, well, I hope everybody's doing well. Please join in. Um, we learn as much from everyone else, from what we provide for you all as well. So, bring the questions forward, and we'll keep doing this for quite some time. And Charlie, we're gonna get a sponsorship soon.
Awesome, man. That's great.
I already started sending emails out.
Hey, do you know that we've been going for a little while, longer than I thought, but I don't have the exact date. But I've been trying to figure out how many shows and everything. So I'm gonna have that the next time around because I
Oh,
think it's very important that we
yeah, we also did a lot a couple years ago for mental health too.
yeah,
So we did a
exactly.
lot then too. I wish we would have put that forward as a podcast as well. But
Yeah. Well,
this one is helpful.
yeah, and we have you know, we have all those recordings, so when you can give me a friendly reminder, we need to put that on the YouTube channel so
Okay.
we can definitely add to, and it also shows how far you and I have come, especially with the conversations about different subjects. And I
Yeah, we've
think
come a
that,
long way. Yeah,
yeah,
we've come a long. Um, I can't wait for today to really kind of go into some things I had on my mind as well. Um, yeah, when I think about 2026, the question would go out to the viewing audience. What did you leave behind? What are you moving forward with? And what are your goals? What do you want to work on?
yeah. Let me see. Let me hide this here.
There's quite a bit I left behind, and
Yeah,
I'm still leaving it behind too.
yeah. It's the crazy thing is like this was the um someone asked a young lady on the radio, says what's your New Year's resolution? And she said, I'm gonna remain me. And that
Mm.
was so original. I
Well,
said that's one of the most that's a outstanding answer, and I just said, man, that hit me when I thought about it.
yeah. Well,
You know,
hopefully it's not for the first month because
yeah,
we do have a tendency of going back on old habits.
exactly.
Not our fault. It's just how it is.
Hmm. Let me just put that. I'm just gonna put what did you leave behind in 2025?
It's interesting. I will tell you, 2025 was a good year overall. Um, you know, today, this day last year is when we had those wildfires, those major wildfires that were just popping up all over LA. And 2 weeks from now is when I had an opportunity to meet this lady who, I met her. I met her at a hotel. She's somebody that can meet folks on the other side who are on the other side. You get to
Mm-hmm.
meet, um, and she's an evidential medium, meaning that she spent the first hour going into, I'm going to prove to you that this is her. So
Mm.
it's like, ask her a question, and she wouldn't say it. She would write down the answer. And I know some folks that look at this as like, oh man, what is that? But I gotta tell you, it is probably one of the most astounding ways I've been just in awe of an experience in my lifetime,
Mm.
where you are connecting with somebody on the other side, whatever we want to define as, and you ask the questions, and she spends the first hour
Wow.
going into, well, I'm going to prove that I am talking to the person that you want to see. They're going to come through,
Nice.
and then the last 10, 15 minutes you get to ask questions. And one of the questions that came up was like, oh, what should I be doing? And what Kristen said to me was right.
Mm.
Now I'd already started writing throughout the years, and I just spent 6 months writing,
Mm-hmm.
editing, revisiting this stuff over and over and over again. And yeah, and then I was able to come out the book in August. So yeah, so it was just wonderful, man. And it's like I think about some of the accomplishments I had last year. So many great people I met. I mean, you think about how many people, and I want to thank everybody who bought the book, and then so many people who've been gifted books because maybe they didn't have the means or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think about the impact that I made in this world by my book. And you know what? I'm just getting started, man. I'm gonna do a big launch with once they once they finish the audiobook, which I've
Mm-hmm.
been waiting for 2 3 months to do. So once I get that, I'm gonna do a big launch with that. So some people like to hear it and hear it while they drive or whatever. So this is an opportunity for people. And honestly, this is I can't stress this enough. This is a guide book. It's not a book. It's not just a book. It's a guide book to really help people who are going through all sorts of grief. Um, I had this lady who I met in September. I shared with you. She asked questions about, hey, look, this book helped me out, helped me through my troubled times, and this is about, and I've gifted dozens of books to people, man, and so I'll continue to do that, and I'm excited about where this is going and the impact. My mom reached out to me. She had someone who just lost their wife,
Yep.
and she was like, "Can you gift them a book?" I'm like, "Sure, absolutely."
Yeah.
So, I mean,
The one of the things I'm doing during the when I am gifting your book to people is to tell them that look, and this is a gift to you, and I'm just asking you to go on Amazon and write a review of the book, and
yeah,
it would be
every-
worth the value of the book if you do that, and then some. So everyone that I give to, I gifted so far. They told me they were going to do it, And I just want you to understand that. Well, if you do see, those different reviews, let me know. Every now and then, I go on Amazon to try to read what I can. Sometimes I forget about it, but I just want to let you know that that's what I've been doing with
Yeah,
with
I'm
your.
grateful. I'm grateful and thank you for that. The reviews are great, but the feedback I get from people, it's amazing, man. People say, "Oh, this book helped me out. This book
Yeah,
brought a different perspective. This book helped me through where I'm at." That's worth its weight in gold, man.
sure is. And like, there's so many people that I know that I have around me, um, and it would be so resourceful if they can come on and have a conversation with you. But sometimes they're just not ready, and I get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of times people are not even ready to get the book either. So I hold space for people feeling their best self, but I also
Yep.
hold space for them when they're ready. Just like me unpacking grief, it's all about doing things at your own time,
Yes.
not anybody else's time or ways to do things. It's when you want to do it.
And you say that continuously, and I just want you to know that's a good way to look at it. That people have to release on their own time, and
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know what it is, man? It's that grace part. If
yeah.
I spent the better part of 2 years having grace for myself, which
Hmm.
is something that was much needed, instead of me beating myself up all the time, I got to have grace for other people. And I would say that's probably a big lesson I carry from 25 to 26.
What made you come to that though? Like, what made you just to realize that you have to give others time? Some people don't get that, right? Some people won't.
Well, I kind of knew that because as I was going through my research and writing the book and all that, I realized that unpacking grief has to be unpacked
Yeah.
because the way society puts it in front of us,
Hmm.
it's it's not good. And this is why a lot of people, I hate to say it, die from grief
Yeah.
or shortens their life or it does just bad things for themselves. And you know, yeah, so I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna have it for myself, I'm gonna have it for others. Because sometimes it's not easy to have it for others because I was in a bubble. The relationship that Krista and I had, I was in a bubble.
Yep.
I wasn't in this destructive dating scene that's been, I don't know what happened past 15 years, brother, but
Hmm.
it's the most damaging, worthless thing I've seen that happen to, I say, the human population.
Hmm.
And if anybody does any research, just look up the Georgia Guidestones. When they talk about lowering the population to 500 million,
Yep.
8 billion, and all the things, all the social experiments they've done, probably the worst thing is probably this whole thing of where dating is now, man. Because, oh man, you've got this thing where people in a lot of ways are entitled,
Hmm.
in a lot of ways. You know what it boils down to, Charlie? It's people just being kind to one another, man. And you know what? There's no game around that. Sometimes you just should be kind to each other.
Exactly.
There's no because somebody's cool or kind, they're weak or they should be taken advantage of. It should be a way of life, man. And if we were able to get back to that and let
Yeah.
you know,
Since the beginning of the time, whether it's on a spiritual any kind of spiritual way. They always talked about being kind to the next person, and
Whatever happened to whether you're religious or not? I can go into any religious scroll and
yep,
talk about kindness or love thy neighbor or
yep,
something around that, right? Um,
it's so true. And they how about even on in the science level, they ask you to be kind to what's around you, whether the
well,
earth, the sky, the everything.
well, I think sometimes people are very unaware. It's so toxic for your body not being kind or thoughtful to others.
Hmm, true.
They may. I think I shared on one of the podcasts. There was this Japanese scientist who did an experiment on water, and water has different crystals and structure to it. And when you have a negative attitude towards it, it changes the structure of that.
Hmm,
And you think about there's a frequency that you have when you're feeling pleasant and you're feeling your best self. You put yourself in a higher levels of consciousness and also a higher state of vibration when you're at a better place. So this is what I say is like, try to be your best self and try to feel your way into that versus feeling your way into other directions. Because, and what I hear all the time from people is like, well, the wealthy's got to do something about the homeless population. Let's take, for example, LA. And I say to myself, is like, huh. For many years, Krista and I was out there, and California tried to do some stuff to help people out. But one thing I said is like, yeah, it probably can, rich folks probably do more, but per capita, they do the most.
yeah.
And I also saw regular everyday people step over people that's laying on the street.
Hmm.
And can they walk by them and give them a smile? Can they do something that doesn't cost any money that brings your level of vibration to them in the most positive way? Man, that's everything, man.
Yeah, I did that just the other day downtown New Bedford, and seen somebody. He had everything. He had a little cart. He had all his bags. He had everything, and he was just trying to stay out of the weather, and stay dry. And he just says, something nice to me, and you know, uh, and I just looked at him. I said, "Yeah, thank you. That meant a lot. Thank you." And um,
Yeah, I mean,
and then when I came back out, he had wished me, happy holidays, and I said,
yeah, it's beautiful, man. That's
yeah.
just beautiful.
And it's the thing was is that I was thinking it should have been it should have been reversal, not
Right.
reverse, but it should have been me saying that something nice to him to initiate that, right?
Yeah,
But he did it.
imagine that, Charlie, where, man, I think about that. And I think about there's so much stuff that I think about Krista and I did in the community that people don't know about. We did it because we care. And
Yeah.
honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm from another planet because the things that I view as joyful and how things should be, it seems sometimes very foreign.
Hmm.
And you you see people and you don't. They sometimes you got to put a smile on your face for them to smile, right?
Hmm.
Sometimes you just got to just do better, and be better.
Exactly.
Probably my mantra for this year. Just do better. Stop making excuses why you can't be your best self to others.
True.
It's
True. True.
that simple, man.
Um, Nathan Victor says everyone needs an ear or a shoulder to lean on, and that's coming from an extremely stubborn man in myself. And I get that.
No, I totally get that too. And you
Yeah.
know what, Nathan, I came from that perspective when I first went through the tragic event of losing Kristen. But you know what I said? I said, the hell with how other people are going to view me for being vulnerable or just showing the world of what I'm going through, what I went through, to reach people to help them go from here to there and to go from shattered to onward. That was
Yeah.
everything. And so, yeah, we all, and we, you know what? We all need that. Sometimes I want to just pick up the phone and just call folks, and people that I know or people that I've known well. Hopefully, I don't. And honestly, this is something that's a non-negotiable to me, where I want to have a reciprocal relationship with everybody. Where you know
Hmm.
what, you reached out to me, I reached out to you, and you build from where you're at with that, and that's everything because we all need love. We all need some form of love shown to us. I don't care. You could be the toughest person out there. We all need it.
Exactly.
And you think about whether you have a spouse, significant other, or somebody, we all need somebody to care for us. I think about one of my close friends, probably my best friend. I've known him since he was 14. He's coming to LA on Sunday. And I think about,
Oh,
well,
cool.
I always do that. I make time for anybody anyway, but I
Yep.
definitely make time for people who've shown up for me. And I think that's important.
It is. Um, David Figueroa. Hello. Happy New Year. Um, yes. Longtime friend. Thanks for the well wishes. Um, Also, I put put Marvin's book in the comment section. I'm gonna put it here on the screen. Unpacking Grief, Shattered to Onward by Marvin David Speller. All right. Please reach out. Nathan Victor, please. Definitely know that you're a deep, deep person. Um Gather this book right on Amazon. It's definitely a good book, and I think that you will grab that book and you will read it in one reading.
Yeah.
Because I
A lot
know
of
it.
people
Yeah.
sit down and they like, I just blew through the book in
Yeah. Yep.
one set. And that's what it was meant to do instead of hundreds and hundreds of pages of fluff.
Mm, get it. I get it. Um, the Let me see. Earlier I sent you some questions. You want to start on that, or you want
Go
to?
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
What whether we get to all of them or some of them, and there it is. How does the concept of shattered to onward resonate with your own grief?
So I think it was something where I felt as though I had to continue in life because somebody told me the world needs you and I need you.
Mm,
And I was like, and that was the stepping point of me. Like, you know what? This is back in 2023. It's like, you know what? Keep this thing pushing and keep going. And I'm going to be the best version of myself for the world.
sounds
And,
like a quote from your mom. So
oh, yeah.
whoever gave it to you, man, that's motherly advice, whether they know it or not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you broke it down. Yeah, it was her.
I'll
And
see that.
so
Wow.
grateful. I thank my mom all the time. And I'm like, I may be your son, but I really appreciate, what you've done and tried to help me, especially through this.
Yeah.
Um,
She
so
had me at the first day one, first minute, really. Uh, just just captivated me easily.
just a big hearted woman, man.
Yeah.
She'll turn 80 in 8 months,
Oh wow.
which is a milestone.
I would have never gave her 80. I really wouldn't have. Not
Yeah.
at all.
So, um, so yeah, it was very important to make no mistake. Listen, I'm not afraid to say this. I was a broken man.
Mm-hmm.
I was shattered into me because the depth of our relationship, my relationship with Kristen was like, it was the pinnacle of love, what love was all about. And I'm, I look at a lot of people and it's like, and I hear this from guys all the time. If they're honest, they don't know what genuine burning desire is.
Mm.
Someone that desires you, wants you around, part of their life, and appreciates everything about you. That's 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 a challenge.
Yeah.
Or women who feel adored by their husband. Not, well, we're around each other so much. I can only stand my wife or my husband for so much time, right?
Yeah.
So to me, to have that and that to be yanked out your life was yeah, that broke me because you know
It.
it's tough because it's like you hope to have that in your lifetime again,
Yeah.
but you can stand on your square of being grateful that it happened to you. And beyond a shadow of a doubt, I knew growing up what love meant from my parents. I knew
Mm-hmm.
what that felt like. And I knew, I've been married before, and I'm not here to knock them,
Yeah.
but I will say, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt what good is and what bad is. And I would always invite anybody, if you haven't experienced love in your life, get it. Because you only live one time. And I don't know, man. I always lean back on this, man. It's like you gotta have that. You gotta have that. You gotta have that love in your gut. You know what? Once you get it, it's as obvious as somebody smack you upside the head with a frying pan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm grateful, but that's a great question.
The let's see. I'll put the other one up. I'm typing it now. The yeah, love is amazing. And when you're in love, and you have someone loving you back,
Oh
you
man,
just can't. You're like, man, this is cool. Which makes you
you know what's
sometimes.
funny? You know what's funny?
Yep.
If you were able to get something from somebody that's like, "Hey, I hope you have a great day. I'm thinking about you today." Right?
Yep.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, good. You know, good.
Imagine that being a way of life.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like this is what I was saying. Going back to is like the things in life that some people would say trivial, or you're being thirsty, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Right? People put all these things around it, or they got this stupid thing people say now, love bombing. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like,
Yeah. What the hell is that?
you gotta love bomb somebody if you want them around.
Yeah.
And once they start getting a whiff of what it feels like to be loved, you got to show it. Why hold back? And this is the thing I'm talking about. It's like we can do better. We can be better. And I'm like, if you can do something for somebody or be something for somebody, then just be it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Don't worry about what somebody thinks you're too nice or too kind and all of that's just a bunch of crap, man. And I know, honestly, this is what I say, man. This is what I say. It's like I stand very grateful for life, for waking up another day and
Mm-hmm.
experiencing what true love is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We blessings are very, very, sometimes overlooked by some people. And And as a society, we cannot do that. Things are so precious. I
This is
seen,
why so many people on the streets, Charlie.
yeah,
Not
yep,
the government's going to solve it. It's going to be us.
yeah, yep, exactly. And because and the reason why it's going to be us because the government will leave us behind, and you see that in different classes the way it is. Rich the rich leaving the poor, or poor not caring for the rich. That rich they got everything. And that's not necessarily so.
Right.
Somebody can be rich and not have anything, not have the word love in their life.
Yeah,
Like you just mentioned.
everybody needs love, man. Everybody
Yeah,
needs it. And it could be sometimes the best love we give is the best we can give, but we're still trying to give it, you know?
yeah. The is one thing that this show I hope brings to everybody, like you bring to me, is something positive. And we may talk on a very, very sensitive and very heartbreaking uh, issue or subject, but I hope that it's bringing out positive things when it's finally done, or after the podcast, or maybe when they kind of reflect on it later on, and hopefully it brings out something, something positive out of it.
That's the shift,
Yeah.
chapter 4. That's what it's about because it's like no matter going through something very traumatic, the outcome of that, me coming out of that was shattered to onward,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah. The let me see. We got a comment up there. I just want to look at it first before I continue. Uh, and David says, "Thank God for a new day." Yes,
Yeah.
thank God for a new day. Got that right. Um, Marvin, question number 2 says, "What are some bricks of grief you've encountered, and how are you navigating?"
When you say bricks, what do you mean by that?
I think in this case, I would say building. What bricks? No, maybe obstacles. Obstacles might
Obstacle.
be
Okay. Mm.
obstacles. It can go either way, you know. And in your case, your book points out both of them, whether it's building or even an obstacle. And in this case, this would be an obstacle.
You have to weed through coming out of that, weed through a lot of unsettling things from people in order to find the diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
That's probably some of the bricks,
Hmm.
you know, and that is challenging because I am who I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I got love for everybody, man,
Got that right.
and so yeah, and you you also want to make sure you're vibing at a certain level that you meet folks who are that way.
Hmm.
So that's probably for everybody, though. I mean, I know especially for me.
Exactly.
I mean,
The-
think about it, Charlie. I mean, you're insulated. You got a great family. You got a great wife, and so you're insulated. So
Yep.
no matter you could be sticking your toe into something that's unpleasant, but
Hmm.
then you can still go home to something you know pleasing or your circle of your family, right? And like you do things with your family, you have things around. It's like, and I'm grateful. I have quite a few people who are that to me.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah, that's interesting though. And you know what? Then also you think about the obstacles is like, you're a one person household now, so you got to keep it going by any
Exactly.
means necessary. rain, snow, shine. Well, we don't get snow out here. You gotta keep it moving, and you
Very
gotta be
good.
in the right mindset every single day.
Yeah.
So
And um, what about? Let me ask you this to add to that.
mhm,
Um, as you go through this grief,
mhm,
or or looking for someone to go to,
mhm.
um, as a dad, your daughter must be going to you. And how do you? What if you guys are going through the same thing? Is how's that work out for you?
I just try to be there the best way I can for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, the you have to. Um, I think about one of the things about losing somebody to grief is like you feel like you want to be of service to something,
Yep.
and so I've been there, supporting my daughter and helping her through whatever she's going through. Um, but I feel like it's a duty.
Yeah. Exactly. The um, has she ever said the converse this Dad, you're not the same person? And how do you deal with that?
Maybe indirectly when I was going through my bits of anger or something.
Okay. All right.
She
Yeah.
probably felt that. Um, and I didn't have as much patience in the beginning
Mm.
because I'm like, my head's not on right. I'm gonna, when you talk about when I'm talking about the shift, I'm gonna read something real quick.
Go
And
ahead.
hey, Michael, how's it going?
Yeah, Michael. I'm sorry. We seen you. We always see you when you first come on the screen. I'm just letting you know that. But
Yeah.
sometimes we got to keep the conversation going because it's real deep. You know how Coach gets on the screen, man.
When I wrote in chapter 4, the shift is like you feel anger, not just sadness. You feel rage at the doctors, at yourself, at the universe for taking something so sacred. You replay
Mm.
moments over and over again, asking what you missed, what you could have done differently. Grief turns your mind into a war zone.
I remember that.
You lose the will to live, not in a dramatic end all way, but in the slow erosion of purpose. And sometimes you cry for no reason at all. Oftentimes you feel nothing. You laugh at a joke, then feel guilty. You spiral, you freeze, you snap. Emotional instability becomes your new normal.
Mm.
Grief doesn't have an expiration date. There's even a name for what happens to people like me. It's called the widowhood effect. Men who lose spouses have a 70% higher chance of dying within the first year. So I made it through the first two.
That's it.
So,
Yeah.
so I'm probably down to 30% now.
So
And
you're
and the
proving
most
the odds wrong, right?
yeah, the most dangerous window, the first 3 months. This is when your heart breaks so deeply, your body starts to believe it's over too. It's not a metaphor, it's a medical reality, broken heart syndrome. Your nervous system collapses, your immune system weakens, you start aging faster, you feel like you're slipping away. And for men especially, you rarely ask for help. So
Mm. Whoops.
when I think
That's it.
about that, and I think about, I will say one thing you may have said that was incorrect. You always going to go through grief, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like it's something that's a part of your life, and there's going to be different things that remind you along
Yeah.
the way. Yeah, so you're going to have that. So, yeah, so that chapter is when I talked about kind of keep moving forward. Um, and like I said, the pain festers, the grief lingers, and the statistics rise. That's why this book exists, because this isn't just about loss, it's about the loss about what loss does to your health, your identity, your faith, your memory, and your will.
Exactly.
So
Um,
that's yeah, that's chapter 4, man.
I like when you bring out some deep quotes, and just for everybody that's out there, you know, that this is just some quotes, a few sentences here and there that Marvin is breaking out of his book. Just imagine how, just imagine you're gonna get so much more than what he just said, and Paul Gomes says pretty deep conversation, great subject.
Yeah, thank
Um, and that's what this book's about. Speaking of Paul Gomes, best friend, good friend of mine, definitely needs to get this book, because loss of his mom
you.
and his dad that still hurt him and still has him, you know, thinking about a lot of things. And Paul, when you have a chance, order this book, that Marvin wrote. You will appreciate it. And so, um, let me go back a little further to Nathan Victor's comment. He said it may sound odd, but I am grateful for having the honor of watching my good friends pass. I was with him, and I watched his wife hold him down the whole way. Um, for over 3 months, she stopped everything and never left his side. My health took a serious dip because I was not getting rest, and I ain't doing much better now. The fact that I did not hide the pain actually helped others. Yes, true. And
So true.
Nathan, even though you're saying that, right, that may only be part of what you're going through. Maybe something else that you need to talk about, and bring it out. I know you have the confidence, and you don't hold back. But if there's ever something that you have to release and you want to talk about it, you know where your friends are. If you need me, I'm right here. Um, your loss of that friend. Um, he was just a great dude, Marvin. So he just did everything for everybody. Just a heart of gold, and so it caught the whole community off guard. And he was a good friend of Nathan's, and his wife is definitely going through something. She lost her soulmate. So
And thank you for sharing, Nathan.
yeah, the let me bring up this next question, which will lead to another conversation.
Okay.
This is, how do you apply the idea of unpacking grief to your own life?
Um,
I mean, it's kind of, these are your titles, your state. These are titles of your book, so obviously it's part of your life.
I
Um,
think I think everything in life has a way into and a way through and an exit out. I've always been most fascinated with being in the midst of going through something and seeing my way through.
mm,
I think ultimately this is the human experience where we get to expand from our trials and tribulations. I think about that where this is a part of your own level of expansion as a human being. Sometimes the raw, down, gritty stuff is the stuff that gets you to expand to the best version of yourself. So when I think about unpacking it, Charlie, I think about to go through that, I have more insight into what this thing is. because I'm experiencing it.
Mm.
And I think about we all experience something, no matter how painful it is, that really gets us from here to there.
Yeah.
So when I think about the idea of unpacking grief to where I'm at now, I think it's all of that. And it's like, you know, sometimes you have to go through the greatest hurt in life in order to go from here to there.
Mm.
And it doesn't mean it doesn't suck to go through that. It does. But in order to fulfill your potential, sometimes you gotta go through the worst stuff in life.
Yeah.
I think about I hear this all the time. Somebody who gone through alcoholism or drugs, they gotta hit rock bottom in order to come back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that's what this is rock. And I've had some really close people to me who passed away, and people are still gonna always pass away.
Yeah.
It's a little different for me, at least, to lose a spouse like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited about this journey where I'm at now, and it's like reaching in the dark because
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what you're gonna pull back.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of that's a great question, but that's interesting.
We reaching into the dark. I like that. That's gonna inspire something from me.
Yeah,
Um, this
because you go on these how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna figure this out? How are you gonna maneuver through this? I mean, you got a whole bunch of hows without the backing and support from a wonderful person.
Mm-hmm.
And you said to yourself, well, you have that memory and that feeling that's still ever present. So you do have your backing, but sometimes you don't acknowledge or feel that until months down the road that you're never really alone. Sometimes you can rely on the messages that you heard from yesteryear.
True.
This is where you start to think about, well, I've had this in the past. So when I think back to the past is the present and the future all rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
That way, when you're aware of that perspective, you get to keep pushing forward in life.
Yeah.
Hope that made some sort of sense.
Yeah. To me, it did, and I'm pretty sure everyone out there did. Um, yeah, easy to follow. Yeah, easy to follow, and be able to kind of understand what you're saying. Very clear, and I just well, I like being here, man. Love being here. Thank God that I'm here with you and doing our thing. The I have I just want to announce something that you know I put an album out there with my songwriting,
Hmm.
and the idea I want to see what you think about this, right? So the idea, it was a blues album. I had one earlier which was similar to it, but I started working on a gospel album, and I'm gonna add a country album to it. And what
Mm,
I'm doing is I basically got this from people that have financial portfolios. They put all kinds of stuff together,
right.
and that's what I'm gonna do. Um, uh, so I'm gonna just put them all together and
Okay.
use it when I am talking to different people, whether it's a record company or an artist, just to show what I'm doing. And it's got me kind of excited. But Reaching in the Dark. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put that song in which album.
Right.
Country, gospel, gospel. It might fit right in there. I can see that leading to a bunch of different lyrics. So yeah, thanks to you, I'm gonna put that song or that title in that album.
Wow, that's great, man. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
So
great.
my buddy Anthony Black from Star,
Hmm.
um, it's FM 107,
Hmm.
and radio station. It says, "Good evening, Charlie. Got my ear." And these old man eyes, man, it's got my ear in the air. Yes. Listen, Anthony, hey, Marvin, this dude's a veteran, right?
Hmm.
Kick ass veteran, got many, many accomplishments. But he got an ear for music, man. This dude is amazing. So
That's great.
one day, if I send you his link when he's on the station, if he's on it, um, just definitely a good dude, man.
Okay.
And he's from a part of the, well, he likes Charlotte,
Mm.
and I know you talked about Charlotte in your life.
Yeah, I lived there.
Yeah, and
Eight,
it's
eight years. Yeah, 8 years. So
yeah. So
8 great years. So
that's awesome. The let me see. I'm gonna leave the questions. I got two more questions, but I'm gonna leave them alone. Um, what else should we got? We got about 10 minutes. What do you want to talk about?
you can throw one more out there, and then we'll
All right.
save that one for the next time.
Okay. Let's see. What does finding meaning in the mess look like for you? I don't. Where did I get that from? We're gonna skip that. All right. It says, how can you use your story to help others who are grieving? You pretty
Uh,
much talk about that every week, so
yeah, think about what we talk about,
yep.
and then the book. The book is a guidebook. Um, I think for anybody to pick this up whenever they're going through something, this is going to help them. So my my obligation to the world is to be there for others who've gone through something similar, talk about it, and just inspire them to come forward,
Yeah.
to write music, um, share what they're going through. Because listen, this is no joke, man. This part of going through it initially is no joke, and sometimes you need that love from somebody,
Mm,
and I think that's so important. So when I think about the amount of people I've touched so far because of this book is, and the people I'm going to continue to meet, man, that's beautiful, man. It's like, you get an opportunity to be there, share for others, and really kind of hold the space for them to be better, feel better, and to go from one place to another. That's, but I feel like this is our price of admission
mm,
for living here every day. You got to do something.
yeah. It's
So I use my most tragic event ever in order to reach the masses. That's where this is coming from, my man.
yeah. You said that perfectly because how many times we got to go somewhere, but some people are not moving. Some
Yes,
people,
I mean, you sometimes you it may not be as obvious to people, but you got to go get them. And
yeah.
I think we're continuing to do this. And I know somebody that's going through grief in all forms of life, once they
Hmm.
go through this book, there's magic in this book, man.
I
And
agree.
You know, things that are contained in words. I'm not going to go too far in it, but I will stay on the surface. When we learned in grade school was to do what with a pen and paper?
Right.
Spell out words, right?
Yeah, spell it. Yep.
Right. When you say spell, right? When you think about words, right? In some ways, you are casting a spell. So I look at, listen, this is where something in this book's going to talk to everybody. Let's just go there. Something in this book, so everybody's going to take away something from this book. It's kind of what I look into it.
Yeah. Um, you mentioned earlier that everybody goes through it. We're gonna go through grief.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and grief is very well rounded. It could be a lot of things, not just the loss of a life, but loss of a job.
It could be
We talk,
anything. Yeah.
yeah, we talk about it all the time. And uh, this is I'm gonna repeat what you've been saying. It's a guide. It's a guide that um, every book that I handed off, every book that I've gifted or given to someone, um, they were thankful, very thankful. You know,
And that's what it's about, man. I think about that too. Many books I've given out or talked to people who've gotten it, it's about helping
yeah,
people. And I don't know, man. It's just it feels good to make that impact. And the work is continued. I'm grateful for us to get on and talk about it and talk about all the things we're doing. I'm grateful for you sharing it with others, gifting it to others. I'm grateful for that, man. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just it's such a comforting feeling to be in that space to help.
yeah,
It's very comforting. In some ways, there's no words to describe it because you're feeling that. So it's
mm,
kind of where it's at, man.
yep. Every helping situation that you're doing is different. You know, it's got the same word help, but it's always different.
Right.
It's always something different that you get out of it. Uh, David, go to church. Thank you. Say a prayer for everyone in the world.
Thank
Um,
you, David.
and I appreciate you joining us. But yeah, helping people that it's a different. It's always a different situation, a different meaning, and
It,
same word, but you can.
it gives you a higher vibration. And when you're at that higher vibration, vibratory state, it's kind of when a lot of magic happens, man.
Yeah, true.
Where you just things happen from a great perspective.
Yeah, you help. Help is something you've been doing since I known you. So
Yeah, every day, man. I
mhm.
gotta do something, man, to help. It boils down to, man, it really boils down to this in life. You're a builder, a destroyer. Do you help or hinder?
Mm,
It boils down to that, man. So everybody can go through what they feel, but from my lens, this is where I look at, man. So
builder or destroyer, help or hinder. Love that. I love that. It's actually to the point.
yeah,
You know.
it
Yeah.
really is. I mean, things have got to be continue to be made to the point. Um, yeah, I mean, I think about that all the time. This is why the person that I've merged into is somebody that doesn't hold back, which needs to be said. I still lead with joy and kindness, but don't confuse that for weakness.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So
Um, I like that. That's the same with me. Always don't. You know, I may be full of sweet and nice, but take my kindness for a weakness, and
Right.
try to tell a lot of people that is one thing is that the stubborn mind is keep me focused on a lot of things. And if you're coming at me or in any kind of way, man, that stubbornness is is driven like a hurricane. I can't understand. I mean, it helped me with my career that I had in police work, and I was very determined to do what I could for victims, and
Mhm. That's what you do, man.
yeah, and had empathy for them, but yeah. But on a good note, we this book is fabulous, and you are touching people all over the place. Um, and you always talk about New Bedford in this area, and I just want to let you know that you are truly touching people with this book, and
Thanks, man.
just want to give you.
Appreciate that.
I actually should go back and give you another review based on that. You know, based on the experiences of gifting the book to people, and actually write that in the reviews. I think I need to add to that.
Cool,
Um,
man. Cool. I
because
appreciate
who
it.
knows? People may be doing the same thing. You
Yeah,
know.
you never know. You never know. Um, yeah, you just never know, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna call it a night, my brother.
All right. Well, you know, it's not nighttime out there, but it's nighttime here, and I'm gonna actually do a few things. I'm actually gonna make some clips for us, and
Okay,
I'll send that to you.
please send them
Yep.
to me so I can upload them as well. So thank you for everything, my brother.
Yeah. Thank you, and we'll be
And
back on next week.
next week, and much love to the viewing audience,
Yeah,
and give my love to your wife and family, man.
I sure will, man. Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We love you. Thank you, and we truly appreciate everyone that's come on board. Don't forget the book. Um, not about sales; it's about the material and unpacking grief. Shattered to Onward is a very good book, special book, and put it on your shelf after you read it.
Yeah,
All right,
thanks.
brother.
Okay, my brother.
You know where I'm at. Where I'm at if you need me, and
Likewise.
take care.
Okay, brother.
Welcome to Sometimes You Have to Lose Yourself, a podcast where we explore the complexities of love, loss, and self-discovery. Join Charlie Perry and Marvin Speller when life's unexpected twists and turns come our way. It's easy to lose ourselves in the process, but what if losing ourselves is exactly what we need to find our true selves? Join us as we dive into the depths of human experience, sharing stories, insights, and conversations that will challenge, inspire, and maybe even help you find your way again. Sometimes you have to lose yourself. Let's get started.